What is going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Mystery Knife giveaway live event. It is a quadruple premium night. What does that mean? It means that I have fiddled with the final 4 pouches. I have removed anything that is not premium, and I have only there are only premium knives in there. So I think the total value of the knives in there is about $800 or $900. Basically, if you win tonight, you'll win not only 1 but 2 premiums, because there's 2 winners and there's 4 knives left, and each winner gets 2 knives. So I like to do that at the end of each at the end of each group of 20. That way the last 4 pouches are not anticlimactic. Makes it really fun. So thank you all for being here. A couple of you are gonna leave this live stream very, very happy tonight. Why is the live stream on Saturday? Last night we hosted my daughter's birthday party, so there was no way for me to do that last night. And today I had to drive 2 hours to get my son to his football game, which they won 21-7, which was really cool. And then we ate lunch, and then we drove back, and I had to kind of relieve my wife because she had the other 2 all day. And so now that everybody is in watching a movie or in bed, now I have time to do this. Thank you very much, Bradford Mitchell. Thanks for your memberships there. Very cool. Appreciate that. I am so sunburned. We got there at like 11:10, and for some reason I just forgot that the sun existed, and I didn't realize how long we were just going to be standing out in direct sunlight. I also thought it was going to be cloudy and cool. It was not. And I just got fried. Like I typically am pretty careful about the sun. And he and I went out to eat at a Chinese buffet, and I went to the bathroom. I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I got completely fried. Anyways, cool story, old man. Today I got sunburned. How's everybody else doing tonight? Everybody else doing good? Good. I assume so. I don't think it's old, but I get called boomer all the time. I'm not even Gen X. I'm a millennial. You had Mexican? I love Mexican food. Love Mexican food. If I had to eat only one type of food for the rest of my life, Italian food would come very close, but I think Mexican. I think Mexican food there's so much variety in it. I absolutely love the flavor. I love it. I absolutely love it. Give me authentic, give me American. It doesn't matter. Everything in between. I think Mexican food reigns supreme. Got a Mojave this weekend. It's a nice knife. Do I like men? I'm gonna assume the context of that question there. Let's check channel activity. Jetpack 5858. His only 2 comments are men ? And do you like men? Here we go. Boy, how close. We're 4 minutes into the live stream. There you go. Timeout for 10 minutes. You just sit down and you just sit on your hands. You just shut your mouth and you be quiet, okay? You have a nice little timeout there. For the rest of us, we'll get back to it here. That's a record for I mean, like, what do we have on this? Like, I've put people in timeouts like maybe 5 total times ever in channel history. Never that quick. I guarantee that guy walks around going 6'7", 6'7". Like that's the type of absolute. Like if you turned his head sideways and blew over his ear, it'd go whoo like an empty bottle. I guarantee that's who we're dealing with there. Like most likely to get hit by a Greyhound bus in the middle of an open field. That type of person. Anyways. The origins of that are really stupid. Something to do with a rap song called 6'7", and then some basketball player cracked a joke that was loosely related to the song, and he put his hands up like this. And for some reason, everybody kids repeat it. They have no idea what they're saying. But then again, we make fun of kids. We make fun of young people for repeating things like that. It's no different than when I was a kid. I used to repeat stuff without really knowing what it meant. I mean, I used to, like, imitate lyrics catchy lyrics from rap songs that I did not understand at all. That's what kids do. I think it's herd mentality. Part of it is just wanting to draw attention and be a part of something so desperately that there's no attempt at any research, you know? I told my son, I said, ask your friends what that means, and then watch the look on their face. Watch their expression change from, it's funny, to, oh my God, I've never actually thought about it. What's the knife under enter? Oh, believe that's the Dirty Bird. This is the Quadruple Dirty Bird button-operated liner lock with the added safety. Polished gold anode titanium and zirconia inlays. Very cool, very slippery, but very cool. A lot of people will love or hate the blade. A little detail that I like, and the only other person I've ever seen do this is Tough Knives, Jeff Blauvelt. There's actually inlays in the hole. Like there's a piece of anodized titanium in that opening hole. But really cool, very high polished titanium. Probably a little slippery for actual use, but a very, very nice knife. Am I the school generation of the word slaw? I mean, like people used to say that. And it drove me nuts, and we used to imitate a slaw. I have a story about that, but I don't think it'll be funny because you know when like certain things are funny when you're with a certain group of friends because certain people react certain ways, and sometimes you're doing things and saying things in a particular way, in a particular setting to make a certain friend laugh because you know that if you make that friend laugh, it makes everybody laugh, but for different reasons. That's the type of story it is, and I don't think it'll resonate here, but it does have to do with the word slaw. I feel like everybody understands what I'm saying. Hey, thanks, Will B, for the membership. Oh, just a member for 42 months. So thank you for being a member for 42 months. Things way too slippery. I tried Tri-States. Yeah, it's very slippery. Knife under Excalibur. That is the Balinette Miura version of the Herman Slim. Balinette Miura is literally rainbow DLC. It is at least as durable as DLC. Completely and totally different from the rainbow titanium nitride we see on gas station knives, but it does have the same appearance, essentially, and it can be polished. This is a more kind of like a dulled version of it, but it can be polished. What's up, MC? Just picked up the Asgard. Can't wait for it to come in. Awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, the Asgard is awesome. This is the Dabore Bergam production Asgard. I reviewed this 5 years ago in the custom form. 6 years ago? I don't know. A lot of people are saying, it looks like this. It looks like a Poikilo. This knife, this design is older than the entire company of Poikilo, by the way. I can't remember the model people were saying it looks like. But just to let everybody know, like the Asgard design predates Poikilo as a company. Do they use Cerakote on any high-end knives? They absolutely do. Like Microtech, for example, is Like, I'm actually really tempted by some of those new Microtech Cerakote stitches. They've got like solid color, like primary color stitches all over the place. And I think they're really cool. Cerakote's obviously not going to hold up as well as, DLC. But it is a good, obviously, I mean, it's been used in firearms forever. But yeah, we do see Cerakote, especially when the designer is trying to achieve a certain aesthetic that might not be quite what they want with anodizing, either with aluminum or titanium. So yeah, we do see that. River's Edge Cutlery does custom Cerakote work. Did you guys know that? I feel like there's plenty of people who know, and there's lots of people who don't. River's Edge Cutlery has a Cerakote service. They do a really, really good job. They Cerakoted my Flightanium scales for my Shaman, and they'll Cerakote anything. So if you like want something to look a particular way, you're like, I wish my, I wish my Spyderco PM2 had a red blade. I'm pretty sure they can do that. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not ever gonna buy a hot pink stitch, but I feel like everybody has seen it, and everybody stops to look at it. Love it or hate it, we've all stopped to look at the hot pink stitch. I was like, damn, that is really pink, holy crap. The Lilo and Stitch is great. They did that? Huh. That's cool. Do I think you'll do a production unnamed? I don't know. The fact that Dabore is willing to do production variations of any of his knives is awesome. So for anybody wondering, Dabore Bergam produced this knife in collaboration with Riot. Dabore Bergam creates hyper custom knives. The knife in question here, this is an actual custom Dabore Bergam. This is called the Unnamed. He made this entire knife himself, including the materials within the blade and the frame. It's also an integral. This is a fully handmade knife, about a $6,500 pocket knife. They're asking if a production version of this knife will ever be available. I don't know. It might be a little tricky, but I think that Dabore Bergam is going to see a lot of success with pretty much any production knife that he does, as long as he continues to work with OEMs that can do his stuff right. So I think it would be really cool to see a whole bunch of, because he's got some wild stuff. Is DLC the most premium coating? It's been the most durable up until here recently, Balinette Miura, which they, I think, primarily use for drill bits. This stuff is right up there, and it's very, very expensive to do. I mean, I say very, very. I don't think it's very, very, but it's up there at the same tier. The coating and how they finish the blade in combination with the coating, I think, is going to determine how expensive it is. But yeah, like the most premium coatings, DLC and anything DLC related like Balinette Miura, yeah, probably going to be the most premium. I love your channel, MC. Stay sharp. Thank you so much, Barbie EDC girl. I appreciate that, and thanks for being a member. DLC is also being used in tons of shotgun choke tubes. DLC is an extremely beneficial coating. I mean, I love carrying DLC because I get that cool, like, tactical look, but I know that it's like hyper scratch resistant. This is my personal Excalibur, which gets used all the time. Actually, you can see here that I've got some crusties all over the blade, and I've used this knife as an example so many times. None of this stuff is actually scratches. I can clean this up with Break Free CLP, and it'll look like brand new. But this is actually, this was not in my pocket today. This guy was the Nano Shark in full titanium, which Demco sent to me for review. It's fun, little chunky little boy. Little awkward. Still like the Shark Cub better, but it's a fun carry. How many people have I unalived with that knife? 0. I have never even been in a fight before. I don't tend to be super aggressive with people for any reason. I kind of like not drawing in situations like that. I know that's not your question, but I typically don't invite that type of thing. I try not to put myself in that situation. When will it come back in stock? Soon. There'll be more. There'll be more. Don't worry. The big announcements, it's coming up. I know I've been saying that for months. It's coming. Just trust me. It's coming. Why is the BBB's 15V not serrated? Because typically the people who are buying knives in 15V and that tier of knife, once you start to get up into that territory, serrations become substantially less popular. They have their place. They certainly do in terms of function and use. They certainly do. But as you climb up in terms of price, you see less and less and less serrated knives. There are no current pre-orders open, and part of the reason that we're doing that is because we don't want people giving money and then just sitting there with no updates, because that's obnoxious. Even with our first run of Excalibur, we had people like, where is it, you know? And we'll probably do pre-orders again, but we also don't want to open a pre-order when we're not completely ready to take pre-orders. We don't want to make people mad. So we just wait until we have the opportunity to do that and make sure that we can deliver. And you're a knife sensei? I wouldn't call myself a knife sensei, but I appreciate it. Jedi of Knives. I've learned a lot from your channel. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am not, I'm far from the only source of information on knives. In fact, if I were to rank myself on knowledge, I would say it's fairly surface level because I'm a design reviewer. I've handled a lot of stuff, and so I can give people a comparison of quality, and then I can give them my preferences. But I think it's a good idea to absorb information from a multitude of channels that specialize in different things. I always like to highlight Neve's Knives because his specialty is in edge geometry, sharpening, things like that, and he has a ton of experience. So I think it's important to absorb information from lots and lots of different... there's lots of people who do the field stuff, but like Melissa, for example, does a lot of stuff outdoors, and she's constantly actually using knives outside and in environments that I don't use knives in. So her expertise in that area is going to be greater than mine. But I appreciate that you've gotten, good information from my channel. There are so many. I mean, like I named 2 larger channels. There's like 1 billion channels out there that you can get good information from. Dark Ginger 33. I bought a ring from Ridge and they sent me a stonewashed tie slip joint with DLC code 1.6 inch blade. It's tiny. Now my most premium knife. That's cool though. That's really cool. Which is your number one, Skiff, Hog House, or Herman? That's really hard. Each of those knives I appreciate for different reasons, and my first full custom was from Herman knives, so it's really hard. I might be a little biased. I think overall, they're all exceptionally high quality, but if I was to give an award for the most impressive of the ones in my collection in terms of overall quality, it's really hard to not choose Skiff, but in terms of variety and the different materials and how they execute them, I mean, Herman does the most different types of stuff. And then Hog House has its own kind of weird, it's hard to put your finger on it, but like their precision execution is very, very good. I think they would all win awards in different areas, and I'm being really general and not ultra specific, and it's not because I'm trying to like, pull away from being specific in that question. It's just because you chose 3 things that are very, very difficult to compare because they're all so good. Ken Schuler, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. MC, your content gives me so much joy throughout the week. Thank you, that's awesome. I've been watching for a full year now, and I've been going back and watching so many live videos. Not here for the giveaways, I'm here for the joy and mostly humor. I really appreciate that, man. That puts such a big smile on my face. Thank you for that incredibly generous donation. Sometimes I go off on a tangent and I start ranting, but I try to keep things mostly positive, so I'm happy that this channel makes you happy. There's a lot of stuff that can make you unhappy throughout the day, especially if you're on the internet. My God, is the internet a miserable place? I try to bring positivity. I hope that's what you guys get out of it. Sometimes I light you guys up in the comments, but I'm I still want people to watch. I just know, like, you know when you've had too much internet? The happiest I've been here lately is when I get done with my work for the day and I just toss my phone somewhere. You know, I keep it on so my family can get a hold of me, but my mood goes up the moment I toss my phone and I go, you know what? I'm going to go kick the ball around with my dogs for a little bit. I'm going to play fetch. I'm going to maybe go on a walk, just breathe some fresh air. It's just like, oh man. I feel so much better. So, I mean, like, if you're going to be online and watch my channel, I'm happy that you guys get generally a positive vibe from it. Yeah, my dog doesn't like me to throw the ball. He likes me to kick it. He likes balls that are slightly deflated so that he can grip them. My Australian Shepherd doesn't like to fetch. She just likes to sit at my feet. But the Lab is a Border Collie Lab mix, and that's all he wants to do. He wants to bring me his slightly deflated soccer ball because he popped his slightly deflated basketball. He wants me to kick it, and he wants to bring it back for however long I'll do it. Jason Rose, thanks for your donation. Interested in reviewing a TT Archer? I'd send you one if you want. Yes, I've reached out. You know what, Jason? I have to apologize to you. I read your email and meant to respond, and then something happened with one of the kiddos, and I just I didn't get back to it. I believe that Tactile offered recently, and I need to get back with them as well. But if it turns out that they don't have one to send, I might take you up on that. Thank you for your offer and your donation. Sever 7, Hawk Talon versus Model T Gen 2 with updated detent. That's hard because Hawk has the clickety-clackities. I think that the Model T is a better it's a more technical execution aesthetically. I think they're both like just as precision, but the Model T is it's got more curvies, you know, it kind of, you know, and unlike the Model T Gen 2, I'm sorry, the Hawk Talon has the more like kind of aggressive muscular look to it, but it's clickety. It depends on what sends your, you know, the good feels. Visually, the Model T is, I think, has the better, like, shiny finish work. But the sound and the feel of the Hawk, that sends some people a little more. They're both excellent. Joey H, thanks for your donation. Have you heard about the new titanium alloy steel that T-Kel is going to use from Carpenter? Any idea about its performance? I actually haven't heard anything about that. I'm hoping that somebody decides to reach out. I didn't. So wait a minute. It's titanium alloy steel? So is it titanium with, so for example, 6AL4V titanium is grade 5 titanium from the USA, and the reason AL is in there is because it's got some amount of aluminum and some grade in it, and it probably increases or helps with strength to weight ratio. So you're saying that it's titanium that's been introduced or it's been sort of combined with some grade of steel, or steel that's had titanium added? Either way, it sounds interesting. It would be interesting to find out the purpose of it. Sean Eaton, thanks for your donation. Steel clad in tie. You know, I've always wondered, and maybe somebody in here who's a hyper professional, given that titanium has an incredible strength to weight ratio, and it's also ridiculously stainless. I've always wondered why San Mai has never been made with titanium cladding. I would venture to guess that bonding titanium to steel, the way that you bond, or however they do it, when they clad, for example, Damacor, they use Damasteel's proprietary version of Vanax for the core, at least in one version of their Damacor, and they clad it in Damasteel, which is RWL 34 and PMC 27. They can do that. Welding or pattern, whatever. Maybe it's because titanium and steel have issues with bonding. I don't know. A titanium-clad San Mai with a steel core sounds pretty epic, but I don't know if the benefits are there, and I don't know if it's easy to do. And here's why. Ultimately, because if it's possible, you could technically make it, if it's possible to bond these things, you could make a titanium Damascus blade. I mean, like you would take a core and then clad it with titanium Damascus. How absolutely epic would that be? Imagine you have a Sanmai blade, right? Do I have any Sanmai? Yeah. So this is Sanmai. You can see the cladding parts, right? Because here's the core. And then, but those cladding parts look like this, Zerkatai. I imagine it's bonding. It would be the issue. But that would be so epic. That'd be so cool. I wonder why that can't be, or it hasn't been. Am I okay? I've never heard of belch yet. Well, I'm only halfway through my first beverage here. Why come here to complain about another streamer? Just go complain on their channel with and show. Who's complaining? Yeah, why we definitely don't we don't crap on other channels here. Like I don't play host to that. Let's not do that. Alex Steele YouTube channel shows how difficult it is to bond. There we go, right there. How difficult it is to bond titanium with steel. Highly recommend his channel. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Alex Steele. I trust that if he's having issue with it, then that's probably why we don't see it. For years, there were the person who developed Zerkatai kept that a secret because apparently bonding titanium with zirconium was a massive issue. And I guess for a while they thought it was nearly impossible, especially when you're making a Damascus out of it. But eventually the guy who developed Zerkatai did it, and it was a secret for a while, and now it's all over the place. So maybe it's impossible. Maybe we'll see it in the future. I don't know. But if Alex Steele's having a problem with it, then there you go. But that would be cool. I still want to see, now that we have like, you know, whatever the tubes are made out of, you know, and the lightsabers that I have, the really durable lightsabers, which by the way are still completely fine. My kids absolutely bash those against the concrete driveway, the lamp post out front. Those lightsabers are completely fine. That material that they make the tubes out of, and then they run those programmable LEDs through them, I want to see those things in pocket knives. The batteries that would be required to power those things would be a little tricky, but I would love that. Sorry about that. There's your belch for the evening, or the first one anyway. Scooter Johnson is one of the funnest things to say I've ever heard in my life. Scooter Johnson. I can only imagine the lore of that. That's a great name. MC, thanks for hanging out with us every weekend. I look forward to the stream. I look forward to you guys at least as much, if not more, than I assume you look forward to hanging out with me. The internet. Oh, the internet's here, guys. Thanks for your donation. Opinion, the carbon fiber AD 20.5. Mine got a carbon fiber flake stuck in my thumb. Is that normal? No, it's not normal, but it does happen, and I imagine that was painful. Carbon fiber, it depends on the type of carbon fiber. Shred carbon fiber is known for having voids, and sometimes the fibers themselves stick out, and that can be a bummer. Your marble or your standard carbon fiber typically doesn't do that. But, you know, if that happened to you, it might be kind of unlucky. It just depends on, you know, how it is. I remember the old lightning strike carbon fiber. Do you guys remember that stuff? My God, that stuff was pokey. But I haven't never experienced that. So I feel like that's kind of just unlucky. But I would still be pretty mad. I mean, it happens once and you're like, am I going to get stabbed every time I pick this knife up? Flake carbon fiber isn't real carbon fiber. I would like you to elaborate on that because I'm not really that educated and I find that interesting. You mean because of the idea of what carbon fiber is and then the process that's involved with turning it into a flake material technically makes it not carbon fiber or not capable of the same idea with carbon fiber, which I think is just straight. It's super high strength to weight ratio. Maybe that's what you mean. Flake is for show? Yeah, there you mean functionally. Okay. I don't like the peel. I don't like carbon fiber. I don't like where they do like the carbon fiber sticker on top of G10. That really bothers me. Pineapple on pizza. That's an interesting topic. I used to be extremely anti-pineapple on pizza. I thought that was an affront to God and a war crime. It just made me so upset. And then I finally, it's not that I've tried it. It's like the first time I tried it, I was like, this is gross. I want to put this in a trebuchet, like a giant trebuchet, and launch it into space. And then I came back and tried it again in college, and I was like, you know what? It's pretty good. I don't know what happened. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No. It's a hot dog. It was ridiculous. A hot dog is a hot dog. It has to be combined with Canadian bacon. Don't try to put it on pepperoni. That's just weird. I don't want that much salt with sweet, but Canadian bacon doesn't, that topping doesn't have nearly as much salt. A hot dog is a taco? I'd disagree with you there. I'll tell you what I do like. I think a good combination. Whoever came up with taco pizza was a genius. I like a good... Anybody from the Midwest that has Casey's? Casey's taco pizza is pretty freaking awesome, man. That's pretty good stuff. The Excalibur lookalike? Come on, man. That's the new Tri-Stash. Just because it's got a hole and it's got diamond texturing, dude. This is Kohl's new Tri-Stash V2 in 154 cm, and the price is amazing. Now this is the Blade Binge version. I'm gonna drop a video one day before they drop on Blade Binge, but I think that these are planned to be priced like 150, 160. So you have a liner lock, textured titanium. You've got, in this case, the dark mode titanium backspacer. Stamped clip, but that's okay, in 154 cm blade. Absolutely wonderful. While it is straight and has diamond texturing, like, I mean, my preferences are all here. It is a different knife. It definitely is. It just, Kohl shares a lot of the same preferences as me, and it's because we handle a lot of knives. So it's no surprise. I mean, even like you look at Neve's knives and Neve's knife designs, and they're different from mine, but we have the same ergonomic preferences. I feel like a lot of reviewers come to the same conclusions, which is why some of our knives look similar. I love Kohl's knife. I think it's excellent. That's been in my pocket a lot lately. I really enjoy it. Also really like Kohl, so I might be biased. He keeps calling me old man. I'm like, man, listen here, Sonny. I remember when I was the new guy. I was the new guy in town. I was fresh and hip and cool, and you youngsters with your mustaches and your funny jokes and your... Yeah. If you don't watch Kohl's channel, you're doing yourself an injustice. Yeah, my first legal name is Metal. Full name is Metal Howard Complex. Full legal name. That's Mr. Complex to you. I saw the memes from Kohl's Discord, by the way. I had a few people share those memes. You guys, some of you guys in Kohl's Discord. Oh man, I didn't know that. I don't understand the context, but they had me laughing. Microtech Halo. Let's talk about Microtech's releases. Contrary to what you guys might think, I'm not actually that excited for the Halo 4. I'm excited for the other one. The Venom. Is it the Venom? What's the other one? It's huge. It's gigantic. Venom 4? My God. They brought back the classic. I still wish... listen. I will hold my breath for Tony to release a production masterpiece. There is potentially the coolest pocket knife that has ever existed is Marfion's Masterpiece Swing Guard. It is an OTF swing guard where the guard is actually tucked into the OTF frame. And as the blade comes out, the guards come out and come across like a cross guard sword. Coolest thing I've ever seen. Unfortunately, it's ungodly rare, and good luck affording it. I mean, no way. You know, but a production version? Probably never. I will hold my breath. Yeah, 20 grand. Look it up. It's freaking cool. So if you want to see it in action, Melissa Backwoods has a short of it. You might have to dig a little bit, but she handled it at one of the shows, I think. So if you want to see it in action, go check out Melissa's video. Oh my God, there's a lot of people in here tonight. We're barely over 30 minutes in here. There's 850 people in here. All right, cool. What's up? Oh, Skelton has a full video? All right, we'll check out Skelton's full video as well. Skelton gets a lot of crap. Let me tell you guys, I have talked with Jim Skelton a lot, just in chat. Jim is an incredibly nice person, and he's very kind, and he's never asked me. He's asked me if I've wanted to check out a few of his knives, but he's never really asked me for anything. He's been nothing but kind and just a cool dude. He jokes around a lot, just funny. My personal interactions with Jim have all been extremely positive for years now, and he is a gigantic inspiration to my channel. In fact, if you guys want to know, I've said this many times, the entire Knife Guy series is literally based on his knife rambles that I used to watch 13 plus years ago. That's what inspired Knife Guy. That's what Knife Guy is based on. So I owe that entirely to Jim. Well, I mean, talk crap on him all you want, Ed. That's fine. Talk crap all you want. He's been nothing but kind to me. Walter Grant, thanks for your memberships there. Show the Dabore production. It is very good. This is so nice, and I am going to keep this. I don't know if I'll ask him if he wants me to give it away, but anything that's Dabore, anything that Dabore is such a legendary knife designer, and his design language just really speaks to me. He's also another incredibly kind person, very humble person. I don't even know if Dabore understands that he's a knife god. I don't think he knows, but he is. He doesn't act like he creates some of the most legendary stuff on Earth, but he is. Ooh, you gifted memberships to people who have been members before. A couple of people there I saw. On the judgment thing, it's so easy to sit behind a keyboard and judge people, right? It's so easy to do that. Everybody's like, this is everybody's first time on Earth, by the way. Well, I try to remind myself of that. Obviously, there's good and there's bad. Everyone in here, this is our first time being a human being. All right? May I review the Excalibur? I'll send goodies. Yeah, sure. Email me for sure. Welcome to Nights Around, half that EDC. But yeah, just remember that. I mean, it's like we all judge people. I do too. But it's our first time being a human being. So. Who's judging? I mean, people. There's somebody in here saying that just talking crap on Jim Skelton. Or whatever. Song name. This is Mighty Final Fight, which I don't think is affiliated at all with the original Final Fight, but it is by Capcom. So I don't know. It's NES. Mighty Final Fight is the game. Homar Rodriguez, thank you. Welcome to Nights Around. You're talking about your cousin Jim. All right. Okay, Ed. It's Mega Man. You can tell Mega Man's got that slightly metallic chip to it, you know? People push my buttons all the time, and I definitely rise to it. I absolutely do. I'll be the first to admit it. I absolutely can be bothered. I absolutely can be triggered. And I absolutely will fire back. 100%. And if you say, why are you bothered? I'd say because you typed a comment that made me irritated. And I disagree with it. So I will take time to answer it and fire back. I feel absolutely no shame in doing that, and you can expect more of the same in the future. I think pretending to be unbothered by things, pretending to take a fake Sigma approach to anything is the most disingenuous thing. It's ridiculous. Participating in, completely fruitless internet hatred, like the trolling and that. But when you're in conversation with somebody, you disagree with something that they're saying, and then you elaborate on why you disagree with it, and the person fires back like, why are you getting so defensive? Like, just ignore it if you don't. It's like, no way, you left a comment, I'm gonna reply back. That's ridiculous. I don't know when we turned into, like, when it's like, if I leave a comment and you react to it in any way, you're wrong. It's like, what? That makes no sense whatsoever. You left a public comment on my channel. I'm the channel creator. Check out my interview with Aries EDC. All right, cool. No, I say you're not safe. If you leave a comment, you don't have a little magic safety bubble. I'm coming in with a needle. I'm gonna pop it. I'll kick your little wicker defenses down immediately, and I'll say, here's why I disagree with you. I won't be mean. I mean, I guess sometimes, but if I disagree with you, I'll tell you. Become a titanium junkie. I totally hear you. Vosteed and Kunwu have my favorite milling, especially the raccoon. Any others you would strongly suggest looking into? That's really difficult off the top of my head. So I love orange peel titanium. Especially when it is not coated in anything, because I like the sheen. So, for example, the titanium, so like on the Wii Ator, that is also designed by Dabore Bergam, I think that is an especially attractive finish on titanium. Orange peel or eggshell texturing on titanium is absolutely gorgeous. And so if you like titanium and different milling and finishes, that's what I'd recommend that you chase down. Can we see the unnamed? I'm trying to show my coworker. Absolutely. I got a little spittle on it. Well, I spit a lot when I talk. I imagine that'll get worse as I get older, but here we go. That's Daltanium, commercially pure titanium Damascus and zirconium that's been mirror polished. And then we have his own sole authorship San Mai that's been ground into a ridiculous blade there. This is, of course, an integral, so it's one solid piece of this material. But, yeah, pretty amazing stuff there. This runs on washers, by the way. Do you agree that boneless wings are better, and why? So as I grew up, I preferred boneless wings. As I've gotten older, especially when I watch football, I kind of get it. There's something really satisfying about a perfectly cooked wing and being able to literally eat the entire thing in one go. I'm dancing around not saying suck the meat off the bone, but I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. There's a very specific satisfaction, especially when whoever made the wings knows what they're doing. Now that's a pile of knives. Advice for a 20-year collector starting a channel. So my advice would be the same for anybody, is don't try to imitate what you think knife content creators try to create. The best thing you can do is let your natural personality flow, and don't worry too much about impressing anybody. Just explain why you do what you do, why you like what you do, and be as authentic and honest as possible. And create content that is in your own style, and don't worry too much about growth or numbers or anything like that, because the more authentic you are, the more that you'll attract people who will appreciate you for that specific authenticity, and people who are like-minded. And it's much more satisfying to create a community who largely agrees with you and enjoys the same things that you enjoy. You do, in a sense, create an echo chamber, and that's the reason why authenticity is so important. I hope that that's a good answer. I hope that that makes sense. But that's my advice to you. And upload a lot of content. I mean, if you're passionate about it and you enjoy making content, then let loose, man. Make content. It's deserved when you fire back at stupid comments. I like how you keep the channel vibe enjoyable and fun. I appreciate that. I try to. Sometimes my replies get a little out of hand, but I try not to come down on people for things like their budget. More so what irritates me is people stepping in from a position of no knowledge or understanding whatsoever and criticizing things that essentially it's a criticism of the entire community. Basically, why is this way? Everybody who likes this is dumb and I'm smart despite not knowing anything about it. That basis, like that, if that's the foundation of your comment, I'm gonna throw pies in your face and I'm probably gonna be mean about it. Now, if you've been collecting for a really long time and have developed preferences and you're like, I don't understand why this is this way, you know, this doesn't really make sense to me, and then you can give specific examples as to why. Usually it comes down to pricing. I think that's much more valid. Much more valid. But if you're just like coming in like the Kool-Aid man and you're just kicking down walls and you're like, everyone here is dumb and I'm here, this is my first day here and I don't like it. All right. Well, you know what? Fill a cup up with sand and dump it down your throat. Like it, you know, don't actually do that, but just like, who cares? Like, no, what you say doesn't matter because you don't have any experience with it. I always tell people, ask questions. It's understandable that things might not make sense to you in the beginning, but instead of immediately criticizing, how about you just ask a question? You really hope my busy weekend has been going well. My daughter won her soccer game, and my son won his football game. So, I'm as happy as I can be. Shoelaces are overrated. They're certainly irritating. Have anybody going through that thing with their kids where their football cleats or their soccer cleats or their track cleats, your kids won't take the time to loosen the straps and they just sit down and they try to jam their foot in it and you go, you gotta loosen the strings, and they go, it won't work, and they sit there and they just throw a giant fit on the floor and you're like, you gotta loosen the strings, you gotta loosen the strings, you gotta pull it, and they keep doing the same thing over and over again. It makes me want to throw their cleats into orbit. It's like I feel like you're hearing what I'm saying, but you're not doing it, and you're just pushing your heel and you're mashing the back of the shoe in. I did the same thing as a kid, but it's like, just try it. Try what I'm saying and then learn. Your kids don't do that, but I do. What's funny is that like there's a strategy to pushing your foot into your shoe, and you all, as adults, we all know this because I also push my foot into my laced up shoes, even when they're tied, because I kick them off tied, and you have to get the shoelaces fit and you have to get the shoe conform to your foot, and then you can tie them once and then pull the tongue and pull back behind the heel and you can slip your foot in. But you have to learn how to do that. I'm not going to tell my kids that. I'm going to say, no, you untie them and you retie them every single time. I'm not going to tell them that we've got a hack for that. Wow, it doesn't feel that long. I know, member for 30 months. You guys have been here with me for a while. This channel's been here for a bit, guys. I'm old for YouTube. We're coming up on 8 Years. 2018, February 19th, February 12th, February 11th of 2018 is, well, hold on. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's when I started. I remember celebrating on a video that I had 100 subscribers. Yeah, I remember 30K too. That was really mind-blowing. Started your channel in 2007. Cool. What shows do I like? So currently, and you guys can make fun of me for this, we're currently watching the newest season of The Great British Baking Show. But I also like Reacher. I think Reacher is an incredibly stupid show, but I think it's on purpose and I like it. I also can't wait for the next season of One Punch. I like, what's the show with the football coach that becomes the soccer coach? Big fan of that. I also really like Schitt's Creek a lot. I like The Office. I like Parks and Rec. I like a lot of different stuff. I also really enjoyed, I think it was the Fallout show, and I also liked Dan to Dan. I'm kind of all over the place with shows. If a show is good, I'll watch it. If it's bad, I won't. Pretty basic stuff. Did you know Microtech's logo is based off the 17th Airborne Division patch? I did not know that. I didn't know that. Thank you for that bit of lore there. I love The Boys. I love The Boys. I'm still not done with it, which is another affront to God. But I need to finish, catch up. I think that Elden Ring needs a full-on anime adaptation. I believe that the idea is to create an animated short. I'm really bothered by that. I really, really want, and I understand that it's difficult, and the creator is like, you know, that would require, like, to get it just right would require so much effort. But can you imagine a full-on Elden Ring anime adaptation? Like, Castlevania was excellent. Castlevania was so good. I want the feeling I got with the execution of Castlevania. I want that with Elden Ring. And I want a magic lamp, and I want to rub it, and I say, oh, Genie, just make this happen for me. But I also fully understand exactly how difficult that would be to execute. I've heard the comic's pretty intense. You want Bloodborne? Listen, I'll take anything from FromSoft. Let's say they make an entirely new thing, just specifically designed for like a, you know, anime style show that's From Software. Give me that universe. Give me that drained, cryptic, somber atmosphere. Give me the crazy big wind-ups and throw all the anime stuff, but none of the tropes. Give me that style. Give me that feeling, that heaviness. Oh, I would die for that. Adapting Berserk into an anime, they tried, and I feel like they just fell really short. Berserk, I think, is a great example. It's like why the creator of, you know, the Souls games and Elden Ring, and that's why they're so afraid to adapt it, because it doesn't. You're involving so many more people, and it doesn't always translate correctly, and it potentially could be a huge letdown. Berserk is such a masterpiece in the manga, but you adapt it to a full-on anime, and it's like I don't know if it translates the same way, because everybody has these huge expectations of like how they would perceive it mentally, outside of just like still images. You all of a sudden make it full action, and it's like, well, this isn't what I saw in my head, you know? Yeah, it's awesome. And it, you know, there's a lot of, I mean, everybody knows this, but like the guy who is the head of the Souls games, is it Miyazaki? Is it Miyazaki? I might be wrong about that. I'm sorry. He's a big Berserk fan. No surprise there. A lot of nods, a lot of little nudge, nudge, wink, wink in Elden Ring and the Souls games. What's the knife above the shark cub? It's that golden one. It's the Dirty Bird from Quechua. Button-operated liner lock with the added safety switch to keep it in place. Pretty cool. Very raised button. Very slippery. My favorite message. Dude, I'd have to go back. I have some screen-saved messages. I like the messages. You know, like the funniest thing to me is when you walk up on a message and it's surrounded by bloodstains and you know exactly what happened. There's this one message on an ominous cliff edge and it is surrounded by bloodstains. And you're like, whoever this dude was a genius. He killed so many people with whatever that message was. Have you ever wondered what does a guy like Metal Complex need Patreon for? I'll keep this short and organic. On Patreon, which you can join for as little as $1 a month, there's a link right at the top of chat. I have private knife sales. I have early information stuff like behind the scenes information. I give channel updates that I don't give anywhere else. Excalibur updates, things like that. I have private giveaways, which I'll get into. Private Discord, private Patreon knife sell, buy sell trade, all of that. You'll gain access to all of that for $1 a month. $1 a month also instantly gains you access to private Patreon giveaways, which are always premium. If you decide to join the $3 tier, it's everything I mentioned, plus an additional premium giveaway, so 2 giveaways a month. And if you decide to join the $5 tier or higher, you gain access to everything that I just said, plus 3 premium giveaways per month. This last giveaway I gave away at the $5 tier giveaway, a $400 knife. So if that sounds good to you and you want to support this channel, which my channel budget for buying knives and creating content actually comes directly from Patreon. So if you want to support my channel, you can join Patreon, clicking the link at the very top of chat there that I've got up there, and you can join. Or you can not do that and participate in the free giveaway tonight. Got my first 4x affiliate deals, 3x official interviews posted, and over 10x knife reviews trying to get that MC plug and MC interview. You're doing great. I do plan on doing that with you. Finding time is difficult, and if there's any evidence of this, I haven't done an interview with anybody for over a year, so it's difficult. Ben and I plan on talking again. Neves and I plan on talking again. Everyday City Carry. I haven't done an interview with anybody for a long time. It's just my schedule. I put my family first, so it can be difficult. Have you ever seen Arcane? I have many reviews of Arcane knives. I'm a big fan. MC started his channel using AOL dial-up. Congrats for 8 years of content, knowledge, and lots of fun on streams. Thoughts on the new Buck Range? The Buck Range is a really good knife. I was really impressed by it. I was happy to give Buck a win because I've been crapping on the Buck 110 for so long. The Buck Range is legitimately a good knife. In fact, I have the basic, the non-premium version out here tonight. And while it's not going to be super impressive if you compare it with its Chinese counterparts, 154 cm and the injection mold plastic, fully American made. I think it's got a great price on it. And honestly, the construction feels so much better than the Bug Out. I think it's such a better alternative, as is the premium version. I think Buck really did a good job with that. What does someone like Metal... It's Wicked Drink decides. My favorite... So I'm a big... I got a lot of channels that I love. And it's probably a lot of the same channels that many of you love. I watch a lot of Asmongold. I watch a lot of Penguin Z0. I watch a lot of Meat Canyon. Or Papa Meat, really. Meat Canyon is great, but Papa Meat. And I also watch the Y-Files. Those are my top 4 channels. And I watch Nexpo... That Chapter. I watch Nick Crowley, channels like that, but those are a lot of my favorites. And Meat Canyon or Papa Meat has the best ad transitions. He does his ads so funny, and he just is. It's almost like he's almost making fun of the advertiser. I will sit and watch Papa Meat's ads because they're hilarious, and I just love watching his facial expressions. Hunter is a gift to the internet. Rob's Nerdy Knives, thanks for your donation. MC, thank you for last week. I got my Asgard from Dabore Bergam and am pumped. Your unboxing confirmed that it is as good as I hoped it would be. It really is great. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do an ad. Papa Meat has got that figured out. I will watch his ads because they're funny and he's such a goofball. My favorite part of watching a Papa Meat episode is when he makes his camera guy or his editor, who's the guy that laughs? He goes in the background. He constantly cracks that guy, and it makes me laugh so hard. Papa Meat, yeah. Is his guy's name Nick? I don't know if it's his camera guy or his editor, but he's constantly making that guy laugh. Yeah, Nick. That's so funny. He cracks that guy up all the time, and it's usually like really uncomfortable. He's doing it on purpose. It's because he spent so much time with them, I'm sure. But God, that makes me laugh. Oh, show an Arcane. Here's one right here. We gotta pull it out of the box. Automaton? No, that's not the automaton. That's the new, the original but upgraded. What is this? Help me out. The Necronaut? The newest Necronaut? Yeah. The Netflix show? I'm sorry. The Arcane Netflix show. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking knives. So I watched 2 episodes of that, and it was very good. And then and we all do this, every single one of you. You start a show and you're like, this is good. And then you just stop watching it. I've got so many shows I've done that with. I don't know why we do that, but I did that with Arcane. I watched your review on the Wicked Dream Design Nefarious, and I am stuck between that one, Midgard's Little Beowulf, and Chavez Knives Liberation Integral. If you had to pick, which would you choose? The Wicked Dream Nefarious. I love all the other knives. The Wicked Dream Nefarious is just ridiculously unique, and it's so fun. But you have to understand that this is coming from a knife reviewer that handles so much stuff. And anymore, as much as I appreciate utility and ergonomics and execution, all that, what really shines through for me is a design that has some element that I don't typically see. And the Nefarious has a blade shape that's just ridiculous. But it's not just the blade shape, it's the way that the blade shape flows with the rest of the design. The entire knife is clearly built together. It's all one unit. It's not like a really cool blade and a boring handle, or a really cool handle and a boring blade. It's everything flows perfectly. It's all one big theme, and I like that. That's also why I like Arcane designs, because it's all one theme. And there might be elements of it that don't perfectly translate to utility, but I'm not necessarily bothered by that as a collector, enthusiast, and content creator, because it's something I don't typically see. Even when the lock is something kind of boring, I don't really care, you know? Yeah, you guys are always mixing it up on me. April's got it. We're always mixing up. No. We're talking about knives. I'm talking about the show. John O, thanks for your donation. Great content. What knife with a button-operated liner or button-operated compression lock are you waiting to come out that is not already? My own knife. My own Excalibur, which will have the, well, they called it the confession lock originally, but it's the Verta lock. That's what I'm personally waiting on the most. It might sound a little bit biased, but you could imagine, as the designer of that knife, I'm waiting for that because that's a lock that I love, and I think that Kunwu has executed it very well. I'm honestly waiting on every company to adapt a compression lock into their designs now that the patent is up. Vosteed is doing the best job of integrating, and technically there is a slight difference between Spyderco's compression lock and top liner locks, and somebody helped me out with this and explained it to me in the comments. The compression lock technically is different in the way that the locking system not only engages but is sprung so that the pressure under extreme force actually pushes the compression lock further in to engagement, whereas top liner locks with enough pressure technically push it the other way, I believe. I have not confirmed that, but I do like the style and the engagement of modern top liner locks like from Bosky. We need to do a deep dive on that and understand, and because I didn't know that, I need to understand the actual difference between Spyderco's compression lock. It's because companies are adapting it simply, apparently, in the way that it engages and not necessarily the entire functionality. I have yet to confirm that that's true, but I've heard that from more than one person. No, the Chiefs didn't win. We're 0-2. So, bummer. But we lost to the Eagles. I kind of expected that. Honestly, we played better against them than I thought, but the Eagles are a better team. You know, either way. The only way we win against the Eagles is if we play extremely well and they play extremely bad. But you know, we need a W for sure. This window has become my new existence. Okay. Ed, you okay, man? Yeah. You say a lot of weird stuff. You good? Just checking on you, bud. All Hermans are awesome, I agree. I'm watching I've just started the new quarterback show on Netflix. I really, Ed says I'm good. All right, cool, man. I'm just checking. The Lions quarterback seems like a really cool guy. I had no idea. I was like, man, like they love that. You guys love your quarterback. I think that's great. He also seems extremely nice and humble. So it's always nice. Oh, classic Mario 3. Here we go. We are closing in on giveaway time. 1,000 people here early. We don't usually get to 1,000 people this early on in the stream. I mean, I say early, we're closing in on giveaway time. Population is a little up. Could it be because those of you who are back to school are inside more and more? I think this time of year we typically see an uptick in views and population, and it continues to climb until Christmas. So that's cool. Thank you for choosing to spend your Saturday evening here with me. Everything on Metenboss' website is 50% off. Good opportunity to grab some custom scales. I think I'll actually look into that. Metenboss is awesome. I don't have any of his workout here, I don't think. But I've got Spyderco scales from him. It's 10:39 in Florida. You know what I can't believe I haven't ever done a video on is the new XM18 liner lock. Does anybody in here have it? Do you carry and use it? Do you like it? It sounds like Dr. Mario. Let's see what it actually is. It is something in Japanese, and I can't read it. It's a gentleman with blue hair and a sword, and there's a mystical wizard casting some sort of spell, and there's a large grumpy man in a hood in the background, and there's a anime lady on a unicorn, and there's a robot rock person in the background with a big sword. I have no idea what's going on. It's very 80s anime. It's a well done liner lock. That's what I would expect from Hinru. Mystical ninja, yeah. Yeah, it's got to be mystical. Like, you don't want to be a regular ninja. Like, if you're, I mean, go full send. You know, you should be mystical. At least, I'd say you need to be at least 40% mystical if you're gonna go the ninja route. It is 9:40 in Oklahoma. Oh, it's 9:40 in Kansas as well. It's almost like we're in the same time zone. We had I mean, at least in Hayes, we had like one of our first larger thunderstorms a couple of nights ago, and even then it was pretty mild. This has been an incredibly mild storm season for at least my area in Kansas. We usually have, I would say, 4 or 5 pretty violent storms every year, and we've had half of one this year. I saw hail once this year, which is pretty rare. A lot of rain. My yard looks great. The fescue in the front looks extremely healthy. Every day I wake up and I'm like, look at all those mushrooms. Wow. We're very hydrated. We got all your storms in Texas? Maybe so. Oh, what time is it? It's 9:41. I think it's time to start prepping for the giveaway. Let's move these out of the way. If this is your first time joining one of my streams, it's very important that you follow the instructions on the square in the middle of the screen. How to enter. What if I just type in chat? Does that enter me? It absolutely doesn't. You have to do what the square says, which is go to the link in the description. Don't worry. I'm not going to try and sell you a timeshare or something weird. I'm not going to try to recruit you to Patreon. It's literally just to keep all of the entries under one unlisted video. That way I know that the people who are entering are actually here or are likely here. So go to the description, open the description, and click on the link that says enter here. And then listen, it's like a minute long. It goes over the rules. It's pretty simple. But ultimately, you just need to leave a PG-rated comment so that it doesn't get filtered by YouTube, and then you're entered. In the meantime, I'm going to go pee-pee. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. iPad's charged. All right, let's give me a sec here, and we'll load up the comments. Just gonna get the link for the entry video. Everybody ready? I'll remind you guys, because I fiddled with the contents of the last 4 pouches. Only premium knives exist in those pouches now. I removed the budget knives. There was one premium knife and 3 budget knives left, so I removed the 3 budget knives and added 3 more premium knives. So if you win tonight, you will get 2 premium knives. You will win big no matter what. It's not possible to win small. Okay. Let's get to the comment picker site. Here we are. Oh my gosh, we were zooming way in. Okay. Comment picker website. We're going to refresh. A fresh page. Scroll down. We're going to paste the link. There it is with the correct date and link. We're going to go down. Filter duplicate users is on. We're going to get the total comments here. which, what's the population? Just about 1,100, so probably 1,200 comments or so. 1,235, that's great. Okay, so the first winner this evening, where am I? Oh, I found him. Here's the first winner tonight. Oh, it's 30 seconds. Everybody wait. It's gonna roll for 30 seconds here. This just really, it really tickles me that everybody's waiting and watching this thing roll forever. Who's it gonna be? Actor 4 NYC. It's great to win. Let's see if this positive way of thinking worked. It did. It worked for you. Actor 4 NYC. Everybody be quiet and let him talk. I have to find him in chat. You have to make yourself known in chat so that I can confirm it. Wait, that's it. Yeah, that's him. A.G. Wilhelm right there. I recognize the motorcycle. You got it. You're here. He's here. You get the only pick tonight because the last person, because there's only 4 left. Oh God, the boxes. There's only 4 left, so whatever you choose, you know, the other winner will get the other 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you just give me 2. Two numbers and I'll open them up. Yeah, it's a different name because your YouTube, like the identification, like the profile name or the account name is different than your username. I'm losing more boxes. 1 and 4. 1 and 4. Here's the lighter one. Oh, this is the Kubi I wanted to keep. Forget the name of it, but this thing is awesome. S90V, I believe. Titanium textured with the little triangles. Beautiful knife. I really wanted to keep this one. I thought, no, let's do a giveaway. I don't want to hoard everything. So this is yours. Put it right here. And then the other one, Socius, thank you. Oh boy, a really good win. The Concept, is it the Tarkin? Yeah, with the Tiger Stripe flames, 20 CV. We got the Emerson disc up top. Really nice looking knife. Those are 2 super good ones. These are both yours. They are both yours. 2 great wins. All right. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact knives that you won. You can say the KB and the Concept. That'll be fine. I think we have 4 different brands here. Please do not freak out if I don't email you until Friday of next week. You probably won't get anything from me until Friday of next week. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. That's just when I do my shipping and my confirmations. So, all right. Let's pick a new winner. The second and final winner for this evening. Let's all just kick back, relax, and watch this thing spin. You had to leave Barrett Carter. You had to leave it in the description. There was a link. That's why I encourage people to join the stream and be here, because the entry instructions are during the entire stream, and it's okay. I do this every week. You know, there'll be another chance. The Data Knife. The game was rigged from the start. Purple Tea. I love that in quotes, too. The game was rigged from the start. I really hope he's here. That's hilarious. Oh, there he is. Yeah, there he is. He said, no way. You're here. I see you. Oh, that's wonderful. All right, these are yours. Let's open them up here so you can see what you've got. They're both about the same. Ooh, you got the Microtech slip joint. So you can modify how much strength is in this, but this is a super high Rockwell hardness for S90V. Titanium scales, and then these areas right here are magnetic. This is the most expensive knife in the entire group. You can actually pull this pin out and you can insert it into 3 different holes, which changes the tension of the slip joint. But these are held in with magnets on both sides. Titanium frame, Harpoon S90V blade. I'll send all the stuff with it. You have the kind of angled half stop or mid stop. Very, very cool knife. Very expensive knife. I think these are 300 plus. So that one is yours. I'm gonna keep that one in the pouch. And then your other win is, that's right, the Gold Flake carbon fiber top flipper artisan cutlery. So this has a little shield. I'm gonna turn this crazy music down. This has a little shield of titanium Damascus. We have textured titanium on the other side. This is also S90V. Very nice top flipper. I forget the name of this one. The Waden. There we go. Thank you very much. So this is yours. Very, very cool. I don't know what this is priced at. Probably about 200 bucks. But yeah. So all winners tonight. Big winners. I'll open your knives up and hold them so you can see here, so everybody can see. But all very cool knives. Very big wins. There you go. Nobody. The winners won tonight for sure. So these are yours. I'll do my best to get all the Microtech stuff in the box. I'm not sure what I have for the artisan cutlery, but if I've got the box and all the stuff, it's yours. But they're both brand new knives. So congrats. This is so new, there's not even really any oil marks on the micarta. Congrats to the winners. And of course, next week, if you didn't win, don't worry. Next week, we start over with a fresh batch of 20. 20 new knives ranging from budget to premium. Again, I'll remind everybody, if you want to gain access to even more giveaways, you can join my Patreon. Support this channel and at the same time gain access to up to three additional monthly giveaways that will always be premium on Patreon. Joining $1 tier, 1 giveaway a month. $3 tier, 2 giveaways a month. $5 tier and beyond, 3 giveaways a month. Of course, all members, $1 tier and up, gain access to private Discord, which I will update tonight. We have over 2,000 people in Discord. It's awesome. You get updates to the channel early on Patreon, and the community there, the chat community, is also really great. And I think probably the biggest benefit is when I do knife sales on Patreon, I sell them for ridiculous discounts. Brand new knives, even sometimes discontinued and rare knives, go for sometimes half price of retail. I don't ever try to oversell things to my patrons, so it's sometimes a really good way to get your hands on rare and discontinued stuff for a discount. So if you want to join my Patreon, it is linked at the top of chat, and you can gain access to a bunch of really, really cool features and really cool benefits. And support the channel. I have been watching for a few years and have yet to win a knife. What I have won is fantastic content for the EMC. I appreciate that. Thank you. Goku, who I'd consider to be one of the closest channel friends. Well, you guys are all close to me. But Goku, I interact with constantly. I chat with him constantly. He's a buddy. Goku's never won anything from me. Goku told me his giveaway entry count is like 115. Goku has never won anything. All of my giveaways are completely and totally fair. I show no bias. You know, yeah. Only 2 people can win when I do these giveaways. You do get my friendship if you're here. I'm your friend if you're here. I will give you that. What's his link? It's butt. I think it's butt grape. Yeah, you also get to hear me burp. a lot. Do I have memberships? Like, what time is it? Oh, we got 5 minutes left. We got 5 minutes of casual hangout here, guys. I can give some memberships away. Here's I'm gonna, for the remaining people in chat, I'll give 20 memberships away. Don't worry, I'll pay for them. Congrats to the winners. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to give away memberships? I try to always give away. The only time it doesn't happen is when, like, the time for the stream to end is, like, right there, and then my wife is like, I need your help right now, and then I have to run out of here, which has happened. But usually I give away memberships. Mollywop, thanks for your additional 5 memberships there. Very cool. I always tell people, I think it's fine if you donate, and I'll never prioritize donating. I'll never incentivize donating. That's not required to win a knife. But if you are going to donate, I always say consider memberships, because not only are you benefiting the channel, but you're also giving members of my channel something. And it's small, you know, like if you're a member, you have the little evolving helmet. If you choose to maintain that membership, it changes colors as time progresses, and you also gain access to the Excalibur emojis, which are only accessible, you know, if you're a member. But I always tell people, if you're going to donate, consider doing that, because either way, like, I get a benefit. You're sending the channel money, but you're also helping out other people in chat and giving them a little gift too, which I think is fun. The metal army on this channel is 2,400 strong. We have an army of 2,400 plus members, which is pretty cool. Parkson, welcome the Knights Around. Thanks for joining. Glock Shooter, what's up? Oh, Glock sent 5 more. Thank you very much. Very cool. I don't want to tell you guys, like, oh, you should do that. Like, don't. It's fine. Just hang out. Like, if you have always enjoyed my streams, never donating anything and just sitting there and enjoying and hoping that you win, I think that's perfectly fine. That's why I do these streams for free. I promote stuff, you know, that benefits the channel, but you have the option to just sit here and just sit there and just enjoy it, you know, and have fun and not pay a dime and potentially win a knife. The majority of the people who have won have never donated anything to the channel, which I think is just fine. It's called stalking, and we love it. The reverse psychology, yes. Oh, humble MC. Oh, don't worry. You don't need to support me. You can, but you don't need to. Such a nice content creator. Oh, yes. Charitable, this one. It's my best Frieza impression. You don't have to, but you can. Oh, my. You repugnant monkey. Frieza's voice has changed quite a bit over the decades. Original Frieza was much more nasty. Now he's more like Stewie Griffin. I watch the new movies with my kids a lot. They love Dragon Ball. And Frieza's voice, oh, Goku, my. I want to be 5 inches taller, or 5 centimeters taller, no more. Very British, like extremely British all of a sudden. Very condescending, fancy British person. Oh, I watched all of Super multiple times. My son and I watched it through, and then my son and I watched it through. My son reads the manga, and my daughter started on it. They've seen all of Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball's a little inappropriate. Like Dragon Ball, there's some stuff in Dragon Ball that's like, that's a product of its time. There's some stuff in there I'm like, I don't know if I want my kids to see that. Dragon Ball Kai, better than Dragon Ball Z because they've edited out stuff that is inappropriate for today, like for kids. And it also goes a lot faster. So the kids watch Kai, and then they've watched all of Super. And Super has, I mean, it's all slightly inappropriate, but it's fine. I have 3 kids. I have 2 that are aware of the universe they exist in, and 1 that's not online yet. Ew, a Band-Aid! Oh my god, Brian. Oh my god, Brian. Where's my money? What? Let me lock back onto Stewie. Oh. Oh. The transition between Stewie and Frieza is subtle, but it's there. Oh my. Oh, well. Let me serve this. He has a lisp. Let me serve this meat to you in the way that you are accustomed. The fat man. I don't know how to... I can't get quite into Stewie Griffin mode. Vegeta would be hard. He's so growly. Kakarot. I don't have the right depth for Vegeta. Because he's also British. I don't have it. I can't do Vegeta. You idiot. Idiot. Ah, man. I can't do Vegeta. Oh boy. 10:02, guys, it's time. I gotta go. This was a great live stream. Higher population than normal. I think we almost got up to 1,200 there, which is great for the end of summer. Thank you so much. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you so much to my patrons. Thanks so much to my channel members. Sorry about that. Involuntary. Thanks to the people who subscribe to this channel. Thanks to the people who don't subscribe to this channel. Thanks to my Instagram followers. Everybody, really, who interacts with this channel in any way, shape, or form. You guys are great. I had a great time tonight. I hope you all sincerely have an excellent rest of your Saturday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.